Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I'm filming this just a little bit early. I believe it is the 26th today. I'm filming a little bit early because I'm going to post this just before the end of November because I have a few updates to do for the beginning of December, and I'm kind of closing some of my projects a little bit early, and then I also want to pre-film some because of course Christmas is coming and I'm going to be spending time with family, and so I want to make sure that I have everything done in a timely manner. So things are just going to be done like a hint early lately, and then like in the next couple weeks. So I wanted to close out the month of November for my 21 in 2021. This was more of like a declutter style or like use it or lose it style 21 and 2021 for me this year. And normally it's like use it all up until the end of the year and use exactly what you can. This year it was more of a, these are the items that I want to use. Do I enjoy them? Am I getting use out of them? Or do I want to declutter them from my collection? And I have a couple of updates and a couple of items that like I just want to just talk to you guys about. So I'm just going to get into it and explain kind of why I'm being like not very good with my words right now because I'm just trying not to give everything away right in the beginning. So the first item I have is my NARS Cruella lipstick. This is a lip pencil, and I got this free from a birthday gift like years ago, and it was so $0. I always put a label on my stuff, especially if I'm trying to use it up, because that way at my empties I know if it cost me anything, and I don't give myself money against my value if I didn't pay for it. So this is where I'm at now. I'm actually doing very, very well. I do hope to complete this by the end of the year, but we'll see. But I'm really, really hoping. I'm actually working on 2 red lipsticks right now, but it's the perfect time of year to do that, especially with Christmas coming. I want to try and get as many red lip looks in as I can. Today I'm wearing Whirl from MAC because I'm trying to use a lip gloss that's in another project. So I have my reasons, plus I'm wearing like kind of a cool tone purpley look, and of course the red didn't go with it, so I put on the other color that I was using because even though it's not ideal, it worked a little better. So this was at 5 grams last update, and it's still at 5 grams, and I have sharpened this multiple times, so not really sure how it's not going down in weight, but I've also noticed a couple things have gone up in weight, so I'm not sure if it's just temperature or whatever the situation is. So that's that item. The next item is the Revolution Matte Primer. So this one, I'm wearing this today. It's a drugstore product. It's $12.99. Says it right there. You guys know I put the price on things. So it's $12.99 for this at the drugstore. I don't put the taxes in or anything, although I probably should. That would make things a little bit better because I did pay the taxes on it, but it's just the value of the product. So I don't mind this, but I don't think I would repurchase it. It's okay, but I just don't feel like it does anything for my makeup. It kind of makes everything slide around. It said it's a mattifying primer, but it's a very silicone base. Like, I don't even know, dimethicone silica. Yeah, okay. So it has silicone base in it, and it's very slippery on my skin. The foundations that I've been using, which are mostly skin tints, just slide right around, and you can see them very streaky. You can see my skin underneath, and I'm okay having a little bit of my natural skin coming through, but I don't want it to be streaky. I don't want it to look like blotchy and patchy. So I would not repurchase this for that sake. Is it absolutely terrible? No, I could probably make it work, but if I use like a more full coverage, like kind of foundation or concealer, and I'm not about that anymore. I'm really into just light tinted foundations, maybe medium or less coverage. And this is just not doing it for me. So I would not repurchase this. I was at 28 grams and I'm now at 26 grams, and I don't think I'll be able to finish this by the end of the year, but I am certainly going to try. If I don't, that's fine. I'm still considering it an empty because it will be almost done. I can't really tell where it's at, but I want to say it's probably about here or maybe less, but I don't want to squeeze the air out of it because Actually, maybe I can do it this way. I'm guaranteed to make a mess. Yeah, if I squeeze it, it's just gonna like come out the top. So I'm not gonna bother doing that. So I can't get any of the air out, as nice as that would be. So I have no idea exactly where I'm at, but just by like feeling it, it feels like it's somewhere around like this area. So hopefully it's that like low, and then maybe I can get through it if I wear makeup like almost every single day in December. I don't do that, but we'll see. I also have the MAC paint, or not paint pot, concealer pot. It's a Studio Finish concealer in NC25. And I do enjoy this. It took me a little while to get used to it because I was using a different concealer to carve my brows out. And as you guys can see, I have hit pan there, and I made the pan just a tiny bit wider. And also I've brought the edges down quite a bit. I was working toward the center, and then I got bored. Like, I'm the type of person that I can't just dive right into the bottom. I have to kind of work around the edges to make it flatter. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've definitely been working my way around the edges here to sort of make it like shorter. So I'm hoping to see the walls on this thing really soon. I won't finish this by the end of the year for sure. I only do this little tiny area of my eye. And I'm surprised I got this much done in 1 year. So I do, for a little bit of a spoiler, have this as an idea for a project for next year. I'm obviously going to continue using this. It is expired. I believe it expired 2019. That's what it says. It doesn't smell bad or anything. It doesn't have like a Play-Doh-y, like whatever smell, like a waxy smell or anything. And it performs really nicely. And so I'm going to continue using it until it's gone. And I will be using it to just carve out my eyebrows anyway. So it's a very little area. And yeah, I'm working really well at this. Like you can see in the edges, like around the sides, like I'm really working toward getting all of that down, and it's gonna take me a little while, but like there's like a thin line around the edges, and I'm pretty sure if I just continue working that it'll come down really quickly. But I'll probably only be able to do that much by the end of the year because I really don't use that much at all. So this, like I said, was at, oh sorry, I didn't say, it was at 15 grams last update, and it's still at 15 grams, and it's been at 15 grams since July. So yeah, it's not changing at all or anything, even though I use it almost every single day. But yeah, it's just the weight isn't going down. But I'm okay with that. I know I'm using it, and I can tell by looking at it from, like, it was full when I started using it. So I'm very, very proud of the amount of progress that I've made in that. And I know by next year, of course, I can get that completed. And then I have the MAC Brow Gel in Deep Dark Brunette. Yeah, Deep Dark Brunette. So this is my little brow gel. This one is $23 Canadian. That's what I paid for it. And it says Deep Dark Brunette on the bottom, Fluid Line Brow Gel Cream. And I am so close to being done this. There's very little product left in the bottom there. Just a little bit on the side in the corner and a little bit on the bottom. And I'm like totally done. I'm pretty sure I can have this done by the end of December if I continue to like carve the outward part. That's the only part of my brows that I put brow gel in, is just like about halfway, and then I feather it out to the point, like to this area. And today I have, I'm going to show you guys because this is like messed up. I thought I was going to be saving myself a crap ton of money, but I didn't. So I bought this Got2b gel for my eyebrows because I have like a lot of hair in my brows, and I thought this is only $5. I would normally buy the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, but instead of spending $30, I could spend $5, and this would last me over a year. Even if I bought one per year, like I'm still saving a crap ton of money. And I used it today, and it's okay, and my brows are firm, like they're in place, but they've kind of, I couldn't spike them. They got heavy and fell over, and it just looks like, I don't know, it's okay, I guess, on camera from far away, but if you're up close, no, it is not a good look. So I really, like, it makes a difference, the brow products that I'm using, and when I use that, I have to use less of this because I don't know what happens, but I feel like it spreads excuse me, my goodness, I'm having tequila tonight, you guys. I know this is like I'm having tequila in a plastic glass. I am classy like that, okay? Anyway, I use less of this because that moves the product around, and I put my like that product on first. Like I put the brow gel stuff, like the cream on first, like to place the brows, and then I put this on. And when I try to put this on top, if I waited till it dried, it would be way too crunchy and I couldn't get it where I needed it. And if I put it on first, and then I put that on, it would just move the color around. And so it just, they don't work. They're not compatible. And I need to use my pomades. I love my pomades for my brows. It's the only thing that works really well for me. So that just is not a good thing for me. So I'm probably going to find another home for that, like the spiky stuff. I can't use it for my brows. But I'm really happy with the progress of my pomade, and I know I'm going to get that done by the end of the year. I'm going to work so hard. Even if I don't wear any makeup, I'm just going to throw it in my brows. I don't care. I'm going to get that done. I'm so close. The next item I have is my KVD Center perfume, and I don't know what happened my last update. It said I was at 222 grams, and now I'm at 225, and I have been wearing this every single day, Monday to Friday. I go to pick up my son at preschool, and I spray this on me a couple times before I leave, and I've probably used it, I think it was up here and now it's down here, so I've used a substantial amount. I'm gonna say like a half an inch worth of product, if you're measuring like that, in the jar or in the bottle, and it's gone up in weight. So I have a feeling that the weight was incorrect the last update. So because it went from 228 down to 222, and I thought that was a little bit odd. So it was probably only down to like 227 or 226, and it was just sitting wrong or something like that. I don't even know what happened, but it's down to 225, and I am about here with my product now, and this was pretty much full at the start of the year, and I've only used this in like the winter times. I don't wear this in the summer. We basically don't get a fall in Canada where I am. It's like summer, 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 and then you are getting snow and like minus temperatures. So we don't get sweater weather. It's like, plus 30 or freeze your ass off. At least where I live, that's what you get, okay? So I wear this in the winter time. So basically anytime now, all the way up until maybe April, that's when I'm wearing this. What is next? The MAC blush in Two Virtues. So have the price again. I obviously am not going to use this up. I've barely used this at all this year, but I think I'm going to try and use this a little bit more in the winter. I could probably throw some on now, but I have so many tones already going on that I don't want to like add another color to it, even though I'm just going to wash my makeup off after. But this is just so old. And it used to be domed, like you could see the dome before, and now it's so flat that when I lay it flat, you can't even see the product. So I've definitely throughout the years got the use of this. Let me see. It does kind of smell a little bit. It might be something that I consider getting rid of, but it's like so unique in my collection. Like so unique. It's got this like purpley pinky color. Like you can really see the purple in there. At least I can. And I don't have anything else like it. So I'm like, I don't want to get rid of it. I want to continue using it, but like I can smell, like it does smell old, and it is probably 9 years old. It's probably time to cut the cord, and I'm sure I could find something from another brand, or maybe MAC has something else that's similar, but I don't know. You know what I should do is just like swatch every single blush in my collection. I'm sure I could find something similar, but I just have a hard time letting it go. So we'll move on to the next thing. I have the Urban Decay eyeliner pencil in the shade 0. This was in one of my, I believe it was in one of my palettes. I can't remember. But it was like one of those mini ones. It was like this, and there was another purple one that I have. So I'll show you actually. I think I still have the purple one. Yeah. So it was this tall, and now it's this tall. So you guys can see, like, you can't even, there's only like this much space between the cap and the silver part. It's starting to get incredibly hard for me to sharpen. So this is like pretty much as short as I'm going to get it. So once November's done and December's done, if I can't sharpen this anymore, I'm considering this completed. My allergies are starting to act up again. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'll put this away. Okay, so we have the Hourglass Ambient Light palette. This one, you guys know what this looks like. It's the OG Ambient Light palette. It's the trio. I have only used this like a handful of times in the entire year so far. And I think it's because I'm just not interested in having a light glow on my entire face. I like to have a little bit more of a mattified look with, you know, a glowy highlighter or some glowy eyeshadow or a lip gloss, like little bits of glow here and there. But having like, let's see. So this is like a highlighter color. This is, I guess, under the eye. So it might not be too bad. That I could probably use, and maybe I'll use the highlighter. Let's see. I'm talking out loud because I'll just give you guys the down low on this. I think this is like a bronzer or something. It's like diffused anyway. I'm gonna put this in a project next year. I will actually use it if I can in the month of December. But this year I just was not feeling this palette at all. And I had full full goals to use this up this year. This was going to be the year 2021. I was going to get this out of my collection. I didn't want it anymore. And I think I just stuck with that in my head to the point where I didn't want to even use it because in my mind, it was going to be out of my collection no matter what. So now I haven't used it barely at all. So what I'm going to do is put this one in a project as well next year. Same with that, like the eyebrow gel one or the concealer one. I'm going to put those in different projects for next year. And I have full goals of actually utilizing them. And hopefully I can stick to that. And if I don't in the first couple months, it is going because I can't just have stuff sitting and not being used. The next one is another blush from MAC. This one I actually did get quite a bit of use. It's still at 33 grams as well, same as the other one, but it started off at 33 grams as well, but this didn't have any pan in the beginning of the year. And I actually had got pan in this. So I'm really, really happy about that. Like you can see it's so shiny there, like you guys can tell. Very reflective, and I have a nice short layer, like it's just very short, right close to that pan. So if I were to utilize that area, it would grow larger quite quickly. And I do enjoy this blush a lot. This might be something that I consider trying to pan next year, but I don't like to go through one blush and just wear one color blush to get rid of it. I like to dabble in a bunch of different blushes because for me, blush is like, it's fun. It's like soft on the skin. I don't overuse it, but I'd also like to try some blush draping next year. And hopefully that helps me kind of use my products up a little more. But yeah, I'm trying to understand how I use my collection and focus on how I can utilize my things and get use of all of it or use up things and know what works best for me in those regards. So for example, blush, I don't want to pan one blush in a whole year. I don't want to. If I can, great. But it doesn't interest me to just use one color when I have so many fun color blushes. So what I would rather do is use like a whole bunch of them, like 10 times each, you know, and get a whole bunch of use out of my whole collection. And if I just so happen to hit pan like I did this year with this one, that's fantastic. You know, that makes me so happy. But I just don't want to say, okay, this is the blush that I'm using for the rest of the year and that's it. Because it just doesn't interest me and then I get bored and yeah, so that's how that works for me. So I'm so happy about the pan though. I don't think I have blush pan in any other blush. Like, or I guess I should just say I don't have pan in any other blush. Wow. Sorry guys. I don't know what is going on, but my throat got real dry all of a sudden. But we're on our last item. So let's just get this over with. I've already been talking for 19 minutes. This is the Tardis Pro Highlighter Cream in the shade Stunner. Right? Yeah, Stunner. And this started off at 6 grams and it is now at 4 grams. So the last update it was at 5 and now it's at 4. And as you can see, I am probably down to about here. And that's all I have left. And I know I can do that in a month. I know I can. I only brought this in April and I barely used it. And I thought I was going to get it done in summer because I thought I was for sure going to use this with my foundations in summer. But I barely wore foundation in summer. And now I'm wearing it a lot. So I'll definitely get this used up in December for sure. It's something that I really want to focus on. So hopefully I can get this out and just have a couple of empties. I would be really happy if I got a couple of empties done for this year in 2021, like in the 21 and 2021. I have a lot of empties. But that's it. That's everything for my collection. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's a little bit different than the typical project or whatever, but I need to start utilizing my stuff the best way I can for myself, and I feel like I'm really starting to understand my makeup, and I'm already I don't know why I can't talk. I don't know why I can't talk. More tequila, please. I'm learning to understand my collection better and what works best for me in my projects. And it's more fun for me now because now I can say, you know what? I'm not afraid to say, hey, I can't get through this and it's time to get rid of it, or I can pass this along or whatever. I'm totally good doing that now. And it makes me happy that it's not just sitting there collecting dust because I'm not going to use it. Although I do have a lot of those things, which you'll see in the graveyard project pan. I have a lot of those items sitting in my collection, but there's just those ones, like for example, this is just sitting here. It's a beautiful product. I'm just not using it and I need to, and like, I just had to be ready. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening to me being so wordy. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys again in the next one. Bye.